This is great and everything, but how do I get back?
I've always wondered as humans, why do we love stories so much? हमें कहानियाँ इतनी क्यों पसंद है? ऐसा क्या खास है कि for more than 30,000 years हम कहानियाँ सुनते हैं और सुनाते हैं? Let's kind of explore a little bit of that today.
This is beautiful. Location scout, production specialist. I'm heading down this way. Would you ever do that? Would you ever bike ride over here? Okay, the one problem of coming to a place like this is I am heavily distracted by just capturing every goddamn thing. It is so beautiful out here. How can you not pick up the camera? I'm sorry.
Now, I'm not sure if this applies to everybody. Magar bachpan mein, when I couldn't properly communicate my thoughts and my ideas, I'd pick up a pen or a crayon and just start drawing everywhere. On the walls, on the books, on important documents, wherever, just to get it out of my head and onto a paper. I even do that now. My room is filled with just writings and drawings. And I guess it's a way for our brains to just put out a thought.
So maybe that, actually, that you're right. That should be the first form of storytelling. Paintings on the walls, or were depictions of events that had happened, and share that with the tribe that they lived with or that they shared the place with.
Those drawings and those cave paintings using just mud and a stick to illustrate what had happened at a monumental event. It seemed like a beautiful way to demonstrate an idea to a broad audience, not to just somebody who understood a language. And even now, thousands of years later, we can kind of now tell what actually happened in those paintings and what they were trying to say. बचपन में मेरे दादा मुझे कहानियाँ सुनाते थे. वो कहानियाँ मुझे अभी भी याद है. From the emotion, from the words, from the climax, all of it. I thought he was a great storyteller.
Thousands and thousands of years ago, humans only used to communicate through telling each other stories. I guess stories have always been about passing some kind of important information, telling the next generation about how things were done, about the culture, the values.
Language started developing. People started using common languages to talk to each other, to describe what's happening, to just communicate, trade, and go about living in a civilization. And I guess then storytellers moved on from paintings to these oral depictions of events.
All of that was being done at a slower rate, I guess, where you were telling one generation story to another, to a bigger group, to a bigger group. These stories, they were a little less permanent and they were susceptible to variations. काफी बदल सकते थे एक कहानी से दूसरी कहानी तक. So जब I guess हमने लिखना शुरू करा, honestly, running over here was so much fun. There was some poetry, there was some folklore, there was some carvings and stuff. But I guess the big change happens when print becomes a major thing. All you needed to do to spread that story was print it as many a times you wanted it.
And I guess that kind of brings us to now here, where we are making videos to tell stories, and videos, photos are everywhere. We have smartphones, we have smart TVs, we have everything that has great, immense access to world-class storytelling. Millions and millions of dollars are spent every year on these movies just to kind of tell a story, which is fascinating to think where it's going to go from here onwards.
I think you're onto something. I think in the entertainment space for storytelling, it's gonna maybe become a lot more custom. A travel vlog. I think a travel vlog will be a lot more personal. So right now I can watch somebody else go through the whole place, see new places, and experience it through their eyes. But later on, so with an augmented reality headset or virtual reality headset or whatever, it'll feel like you're the one actually experiencing that space, I think the future is exciting, scary, and it is a little nerve-wracking at times, but stories are always going to live on in some shape or the other. So I'm excited to see that. Thank you for watching this week's video.